So hello guys, welcome to the third lecture of the chapter Quadratic Equation. In the last two lectures, we learnt what is a quadratic equation and how to formulate a quadratic equation with a given question. Now in this lecture, we'll be going ahead, and the topic which we are going to deal in this lecture is solution of a quadratic equation by factorization. So now here onwards we'll be dealing with the solution, guys, how to find the solution of a quadratic equation. So we learned how to formulate a quadratic equation, right? So only by learning how to form, there it doesn't end. We have to also learn how to solve them to get the required answer, right? Only when you solve, it's called maths, right? Not just by formulating it. So here onwards we'll be seeing how to solve them. The first method of solving is factorization method. So I guess factorization method is not a new thing for you people. In your class 9th as well, you might have studied it, right? So that's it, guys. We'll be seeing the factorization method. After that we'll be dealing with the completing square methods, and after that the quadratic formula method, that's also called as Sridharacharya formula. Using that formula, we'll see how we can find the solution, right? There are broadly three methods, that's it, right? So before going to the factorization method, let's first understand what does the solution of a quadratic equation means in first place. So solution means that value, okay, that value of x, when you replace in the place of x in the equation, it should give you 0. Getting it, guys? We'll be considering that value as alpha. Getting it? That 0 of a equation, that's also called as a root of a quadratic equation or a 0 of a quadratic equation, right? There are two names for it, root or 0 of a quadratic equation. I'm writing in short form, guys, QE of a QE, right? We'll consider this as alpha. When you replace the value of x with the term alpha, with the number alpha, you should get 0 in the RHS. That value of alpha is called as the solution of quadratic equation, guys. As simple as that. That is what I'm telling us. If you replace x with alpha, getting it, this becomes the solution. Now guys, for example, let's take this equation as only the equation and try to solve it using the factorization of middle term, right? So if you remember how we should factorize, guys, we have to split the middle term in such a way that its sum should be equal to the middle term itself, the original middle term itself, and its product should be equal to the product of a and c. So if you compare this with this equation, the general equation of quadratic equation, plus bx plus c equal to 0. So you should split this term, the middle term, in such a way that the product of the middle term is going to be, the splitted product of the middle term is going to be equal to the product of a and c, and the sum of the middle term is going to give you the same middle term as before. In such a way you have to split in first place, and then you have to factorize it. Getting it, guys? For example, I'll do this one. So 2x square. Now minus 3x, I'll write it as minus 2x minus x. Now when I write in this format, guys, what happens is, now if I sum this up, if I add it up, that is minus 2x minus x becomes equal to minus 3x, right? So when I sum this, it's becoming minus 3x. When I multiply this, it's becoming equal to 2. I'm only multiplying these two things, right? Okay, yeah. If you multiply these two, it becomes, these two terms, it becomes 2x square, right? Minus into minus will get cancelled, it becomes 2x square. Now if you multiply this whole term and this whole term, also you are getting 2x square. So the sum is same as the previous middle term, and the product is equal to the product of the first term and the last term. That is the way you have to factorize it. After factorizing, what you'll do, you will club it, right? You will club it with the common term. If you take these two terms, what is common in these two? 2x is common. So I'll take 2x in common. Then what is not common? X, and here it is minus 1. Getting it, guys? So here, which comes in bracket, right, the same thing you have to write it here, closing your eyes. There is no need to think anything. The thing which you are going to get here, you are going to write it same here. Now see this thing, it is minus 2x, I mean minus x plus 1. So here, with what number you have to multiply to get minus x plus 1? It is minus 1, right? Because minus 1 into x gives you minus x, minus 1 into minus 1 gives you plus 1. So this will be the factored equation. Now you have to further simplify it. It becomes 2x minus 1 and x minus 1. You have to take it like this. You have to take this, both are same, right? So you will take one in common, and these two are different. You will club these two and make it, you will put it in one bracket. And this is the factorized equation, guys. Getting it? That is, this is the basic of this chapter actually. I mean, basic of this topic, getting it, factorization. First, what you have to do is see the middle term, right? And then split the middle term in such a way that I'm saying it again and again because you people have to remember it. It's very important, right? When you multiply it, you're going to get the multiplication of first term and the last term. When you add it, you're going to get the same old middle term. And after that, you have to start taking the common, and then this common, these two are going to be always same, that you will take it as one common, and other two terms you will club it together and put it in another bracket, and this will be your factorized equation. And from this, how will you find the solution? Okay, that also I'll do it here, right? Now from this, how will you find the value solution, right? That is the alpha. You have to do 2x minus 1. You have to take both the brackets individually. You have to equate it to 0. And the second bracket is x minus 1, equate it to 0. When you equate both of them to equal to 0, then you will get it 2x equal to 1 here, and here you will get x equal to 1, here you will get x equal to half. Getting it, guys? So these are the solution of the equation, right? X equal to half and x equal to 1. So this is also called as alpha equal to half and 1. That is the solution of the, or you can consider like alpha equal to 1, beta equal to half, where alpha and beta are the solutions of the equation. Now what does this mean is, if you place the value of 1 back into the equation, you're going to get 0. Or if you place the value of half back into the equation, in place of x you're going to get equal to 0. That is called the 0 of the quadratic equation. Getting it? If you put this in the equation, you're going to get 0, so it's called 0 for quadratic equation. If you're going to put this values back into the equation, you're going to get 0, so it's also called as the root of the quadratic equation. As simple as that, guys. So if you want, you can put and see here. For example, I put 1 here. 2 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 1. So this becomes 2, this becomes minus 3 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. See, 0 you're getting. So it's a root of this equation. 1 is a root of a equation. So you can also put half. If you put half, it becomes like 2 into half square minus 3 into half plus 1. Right? If you solve this, what it happens? It happens 2 into 1 by 4. Correct? 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4. Minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Now if you solve this, 2 2's are 2 1's are. This becomes like 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2 plus 1. So this becomes minus 2 by 2 plus 1. Minus 2 by 2 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. Hence even half is the root of this quadratic equation. Getting it, guys? Clear? So this was the introductory part, guys. Now let's go ahead and solve few more example, so that you will get a better hold on this concept. So I'll move aside now. You can take the screenshot. Next, let's go to the examples. Right? So now let's go to the first example of your NCERT textbook based upon the factorization method, guys. The question says, find the roots of the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0 by factorization. So they are given a quadratic equation. We have to find the roots by the factorization method, right? So first let me write the equation here, guys. It is 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. Now by factorization means you have to split the middle term. As I said, you have to split the middle term in such a way that it's going to give you the same term when you sum it up back, and it's going to give you the product of the first term and the last term when you product the splitted middle term. Getting it? You have to split the middle term in such a way that, yeah, as I said, you're right. So let's split in such a way, guys. So if you see 2 into 3 is 6. So it is 6x square. We have to split this in such a way that we get 6x square. So there's only one way, right? That is 2x minus 3x. So minus 2x minus 3x will again give you minus 5x if you sum it up. And if you multiply them, you will be getting 6x square. Getting it, guys? I'll tell you. 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 equal to 0. Now if you see, minus 5x is there, right? Now I have splitted it in these two terms. That is minus 2x minus 3x. If you sum them up, right, minus 2 minus 3, what is it? Minus 5, and this x, so it is minus 5x. If you sum it up, you're getting back the middle term of the main equation. And if you multiply them, minus 2x into minus 3x gives you minus into minus becomes plus, 2 into 3 becomes 6, x into x becomes x square, it becomes 6x square. Also, if you multiply the first and the last term, you are again going to get 6x square. So that's the thing, guys. So now let's start making it. So the splitting step is over. Now we have to take common and make it into factors. Right, here in these two terms, what is common? It is 2x. And what is left out, which is uncommon? It is x, because when you multiply, you have to get this thing back. Right, see now, for example, 2x into x gives you 2x square. 2x minus 1 gives you minus 2x. So you have to get it back, right? Now when you get, as I said you, the term, the factor term which you get in the bracket, that you have to write it as it is without thinking, right? Blindly write it here as well. Now see that by multiplying what term outside the bracket, you're going to get these two terms from this. Getting it? If you multiply what term, what number outside the bracket with these two terms, you're going to get these two terms back again. So it is minus 3, right? Because minus 3 into x is going to give you minus 3x. Minus 3 into minus 1 is going to give you plus 3 again. It's going to get you the same terms back. So these are the factor, guys. Now as I said you, what you have to do, these two are common, right? Take them as a common, write it as 1. That is, don't write it twice, just write it once. And then 2x minus 3. Write it as it is in another bracket. The common in these two brackets, write one bracket here, and among these two terms, put it in bracket and write it over here. That's it, guys. It is factored. Okay, they said you to find the roots, right? So how will you find the roots? As I said you have to equate both these terms equal to 0 and find the value of x. That is my x minus 1 and 2x minus 3. Both of them you have to equate it to 0. Right, now x will become equal to 1. Here 2x will become equal to 3. X will become equal to 3 by 2. Getting it, guys? So the roots are x equal to 1 and x equal to 3 by 2. That's it. That's what they said us to find. As simple as that, guys. I'll move aside now. You can take the screenshot. So guys, now let's go to example 4. Example 4, they're going to find the roots of the quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. So the equation is 6x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. Now if you see, guys, the middle term is minus x. You have to split minus x in such a way that when you multiply them, you are going to get 6x square into 2, that is 12x square. You have to split minus x in such a way that, right, you are going to get 12x square when you multiply them. Getting it, guys? And when you add them, you are going to get minus x back. So what is that term? It can be, okay, first of all, think all the possible multiplications of numbers which is going to give you 12, the number 12. So okay, 6 into 2 gives you 12. But if you do any kind of addition or subtraction between 6 and 2, you are not going to get minus x back, right? For example, 6x minus 2x is not going to give you minus x back. Getting it? So what are the other multiplication? 12 into 1 is also 12, correct? No, but in no way 12x minus x is going to give you minus x back. Getting it? When you sum them up, when you do the arithmetic, you should get minus x back. So what is that number? Okay, 4 into 3 is there. So 4 into 3 gives you 12, right? And also 3x minus 4x gives you minus x back, correct? And also when you multiply them, it gives you minus 12x square. So here if you see, it is 6x. So yeah, it is 6x square minus 2, that is minus 12x square. So in either ways you are getting it. If you add them, you are getting minus x, which is the middle term. And when you multiply them, you are getting minus 12x square, which is the product of the first and the last term, which means this is the middle term, guys. This is how we are going to split it, right? You have to do different combinations in your mind. Try different thing, hit and try different thing, and then you'll find the factor, right? Now let's do it. 6x square okay, plus 3x minus 4x minus 2 equal to 0. So the middle term got splitted in this way, right? Now I'll take the terms common. I'll take 3x in common. Here inside what will be remaining? 2x, because 3x into 2x gives 6x square plus 1, right? 3x into 1 gives you 3 back. Now as I said you, the term which you get in the bracket, right, that factor you will simply write it as it is blindly without even thinking. Now you have to think, now you have to tell what term multiplied into 2x is going to give you minus 4x. That is minus 2, because minus 2 into 2x is going to give you minus 4 back. and minus 2 into 1 gives you minus 2 back, right? Now what you will do, these two are common, right? These two are same. You will just write one bracket like this, and the other two terms you will write it in another bracket. So this is the final factor of the equation 6xy minus x minus 2, right? Now what I'll do, now we should find the value of x. So what we'll do, we'll equate both 2 equal to 0 and 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Now we'll find the value of x. Here it becomes 2x equal to minus 1, x becomes equal to minus 1 by 2. Here 3x equal to plus 2, it becomes plus because when minus goes to RHS it becomes plus 2, x becomes equal to 2 by 3. So x equal to minus 1 and x equal to 2 by 3 are the roots of the equation 6xy minus x minus 2 which they gave in the question, guys. As simple as that. Now I'll move aside, you can take the screenshot. After that, let's go to the next example. I hope it's quite clear. Okay guys, now let's see the example 5. Example 5 says find the root of the quadratic equation 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay guys, in this equation they have given the roots and all, right? So I know it creates a sense of difficultness, but yeah, it's not so difficult as you think, guys. It's easy only. It's just that you have to become a bit more comfortable and familiar with the roots, because you have not solved many questions related to roots, right? So I would urge you people to solve more questions related to roots so that you have a better hold on it, right? After this, go to internet, search some questions, solve it, or else open some reference book, R.D. Sharma or else R.S. Agarwal, solve few questions based upon roots. You'll find many questions over there, right? And then you'll be comfortable with it. That's it, guys. So I'll tell you how to solve them. As simple as that, right? Like same like before, the splitted middle term should give you the same middle term like before, and then the multiplication should give you the multiplication of the first and the last term. So first let's see the multiplication of the first and the last term. It becomes 3x square into 2 is 6x square. Okay, so you have to split this term in such a way that you are going to get 6x square. Getting it, guys? So what into what gives you 6x square? What are the factors of 6x square? 1x into 6x gives you 6x square. But there is root and all, no? You can't split it into 1 and 6, right? You can't do that. So what gives you, okay, let's think. What into what gives you 6? Okay, root 6 into root 6 gives you 6. Getting it, guys? For example, root x into root x gives you x, right? Root 2 into root 2 gives you 2. Getting it? When you multiply them twice, the root number, it becomes square, and root and square get cancelled up, and you end up getting the number which is inside the root, that is 2. So when you want 6x square, there is 2 root 6. Minus 2 root 6 means there are 2 root 6. Getting it, guys? There are minus 2 root 6. When you add them up, you are going to get minus 2 root 6. When you multiply them, you are going to get 6x square, right? So you split it like 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. So minus 2 root 6x, you split it as minus root 6 and minus root 6. Now we are in the right path, guys. Now what we'll do, we'll take common terms, right? Now how to take the common terms? How to take, just a minute, guys. Actually here even I am getting a bit doubtful. Just a minute, let me clarify it once, because if I use some other method and if it becomes wrong, I have to rub it again and do it again, right? So I don't want to take that risk. Yeah, got it. So what you have to do is, you have to root 3x into root 3x, then this becomes 3x square minus root 2. Then you are going to get minus root 6x. When you multiply these two, you are going to get this term. So as it is this term, you are going to copy paste it here, right, without even thinking. Now you have to see which term if you multiply you're going to get minus root 6x. So if you multiply minus root 2, getting it? If you multiply minus root 2 into root 3x, you're going to get minus root 6. And when you multiply minus root 2 into minus root 2, minus minus becomes plus, root 2 into root 2 becomes 2, and you'll get this number. So still here it's correct. In common, and the remaining term we have to put it in the bracket, root 3x minus 2. As simple as that. So this is the fact. Now if you want to find the value of, oh, I forgot the root, because there's a root here as well, right? Okay, so it's the same term, both are one of the same, so it can even be the same. Now what we have to do, we have to find the value of x, that is the solution, that is the alpha, that is the 0 of the polynomial or the root of the polynomial. For that what we'll do, we'll equate both these factors equal to 0 and find the value of x. I'll do it here. So root 3x minus root 2 equal to 0, root 3x equal to root 2, x equal to root 2 by root 3. That's it guys, as simple as that, right? So the value of x is root 2 by root 3, or else you can write it also like this, the whole root 2 by 3. Done. In this case guys, both the solution are same. It is root 2 by 3 comma root 2 by 3, because both are one of the same equations, right? That's it guys. I hope you understood it. So why we did this is because there's no other way to split this. This comes from practice guys, I'll tell you, this comes from practice. So that's why I urge you people to practice as many as questions as possible in maths, and that too a subject like maths, you need a lot of practice, right? By just watching lecture or just listening to what your teacher says, it's not going to work out more, right? It's certainly going to help you a lot while learning it, but yeah, practice is the key, right? That's it guys. Now let's go to the 6th example. Now you can take the screenshot. Okay guys, now let's go to example 6. Example 6 says find the dimension of the prayer hall discussed in section 4.1. If you remember guys, we discussed in 4.1, there was an example, right? There was a question which said the length of the prayer hall is twice plus 1 the breadth of the prayer hall, and the area of the prayer hall is 300 meters square. They said us to find the breadth. Correct. I'll tell you guys how to do it. They said us the length of the prayer hall is 1 more than twice the breadth of the prayer hall, which means if you consider this as a prayer hall, they said the breadth is, if breadth is x, they said length is 1 more than twice the breadth, getting it? And they said the area is 300 meters square. Now we have to find the breadth of the prayer hall. So what is area guys? Area is equal to, of a rectangle, is length into breadth, correct? So if we do length into breadth, it is 2x plus 1 into x is equal to 300, right? This is the formula. So we are just using the formula and doing the question guys. Now let's open it up, right? Let's open this up. It becomes 2x square plus x minus 300 equal to 0. Okay guys, now if you see, if you multiply the first term and the last term, okay, now finally quadratic equation is formed. Now if you multiply the first term and the last term, it becomes 600x square, getting it guys? Now from plus x, you have to get 600 minus 600x square. Oh my god. So what are the factors for 600? If you think guys, 25 into 25 is 625, right? 25 into 25 is 625, but what we want here, we want 2x square into 300x, that is 600x square, right? So we want to split x in such a way that we get 600x square, and we know that 25 into 25 is 625. Okay, we want a little less than 25 into 25, which means 25 into 24. Yes, 25 into 24 is 25 into 24 is 600. So if you see, if you do like this, plus minus 24x plus 25x minus 600 equal to 0. If you see this guys, minus 24x plus 25x becomes equal to plus x if you add them up, if you sum them up, and if you multiply them you're going to get minus 600x square. If you multiply them you're going to get minus 600x square. That's it guys. So the factorization is successfully done. Right, now what we'll do, now we'll take the common terms out. This is how you will be doing factorization guys. So only a lot of practice, a lot of mental calculation is required. Do it, right? So if you practice more, it's going to become more easy. Okay, so just a minute. So what you'll be taking as common? You'll take 2x as common, x minus 12. So here again you'll write x minus 12 as it is, and then you'll be writing 25, because 25x is here, minus 300. 25 into minus 12 is minus 300. That's it. Now you will take this bracket, one bracket in common, and the other thing you'll write it here. Right, now if you see guys, now we have to find the solution, right? Which means we have to equate both of them to equal to 0. X minus 12 equal to 0 and x plus 25 equal to 0. So we are like getting two lengths for the prior all. Getting two lengths is not possible, right? Let's go ahead, I'll tell you. X will become equal to 12 and here x will become equal to minus 25. So guys, if you see, this comes minus. Can length be in minus? Can any dimensional length be in minus? It's not possible. So this answer is eliminated. So the breadth of the prior all is 12 meters. We consider the answer 12 of the value x. So the breadth of the prior all is 12 and the length is 12 into 2 plus 1, that is 24 plus 1, 25. Getting it guys? Finally we found the solution. Find the dimension. So we found the dimension. It is 25, the length is 25 and the breadth is 12. As simple as that, right? That's it guys. We are done with example 6. This was the last example based upon this factorization concept before your exercise 4.2. Still here we have done guys, right? So we did 4 examples and before that we did a small example with the explanation of how factorization method works and how we are going to go ahead and how to do it, right? That I gave the explanation. So that's it for this lecture guys. Meet you in the next lecture where we'll be solving exercise 4.2. So by then, practice few more example questions from reference books or from internet, search few questions and get a hold on it. Keep practicing this factorization method guys, because when I do the exercise, so that you'll be quite comfortable with it, right? And also before watching the lecture, try to even solve few questions of the exam exercise as well, right? If you don't know any question, you can mark them up and when I teach you, you can get it clarified. So that's the point guys. That's it for now. Until then, bye.